in this dashboard. Why am I having such trouble here? It is saying my connection is good, and I don't know why my channel is not showing up here. Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. I'm just trying to figure everything out. It looks like it's going live. Okay, I'm like at a total loss. I'm not sure why. Sorry about there that, we go. Ladies and gentlemen. I'm just trying everything out. It looks like it's going live. Okay. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know why. I was trying to fix things up, and I don't know. Maybe I'm just refreshing everything because it's not showing my live chat was popping out, but now it is showing that I am live and I'm going to the stream. So awesome. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen, for joining in, and for all of you guys that showed up early. Get in the chat. One of the things I have been trying to do is show up to the chat a little bit early to answer, your guys' kind of questions, or at least to say hello, because, a lot of times when I do these live streams, I just get into talking or doing math problems, and then I totally feel bad for not being able to say hi to so many of you, or really just got to read everything that you guys are commenting. So I really do appreciate all of you guys joining in tonight, because I know for many of you, you are not actively in school, but I do know there are some of you that aren't in school, and that's why I am continually doing these live streams. And also, really, I just like staying with the, kind of being consistent with everything. I've been going live actually since last year, since the last school year. I've been going live every Sunday night answering your questions, and that is something that I'm going to continue doing. I am making a stake that Sunday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Brian McLogan is going live, and I'm doing open Q&A. So that is what I have decided to do, and I call it Week 26 Q&A because just since at the beginning of the year, I was like, well, I might as well just start labeling some of these, because I did miss a week here or there and kind of stuff like that. But, I just wanted to, let you guys know that I am continuing to going live all throughout the year. And then also my special announcement is I'm going to be adding an extra live stream for July 6th, 13th, 20th, and 27th. For those of you that are looking at a calendar or not looking at a calendar, that is going to be on Monday. So starting next Monday, I am going to be doing a special live stream. It is not a Q&A, but it is actually going to be a live stream that I'm going to do to prepare students for taking pre-calculus. So everything that we've had with COVID has kind of changed everything around in the educational space. And to be honest, nobody really knows how everything is going to play out. But I can tell you one thing I've been doing for the last couple of years has been really kind of trying to take my class online and really creating a lot of the resources, the homework, the quizzes, the tests, the reviews, the notes, everything that I basically have taught inside the classroom, and making it available online for students. And that is something that I do have portions of, what I've created over the years on Udemy and my website and everything like that. But pre-calculus has really been one of the courses that I have taught the most throughout the years. And throughout the last couple of years, that's something that I've really been focusing on, creating a course for my own students that are inside the classroom, that basically, even if they were not there, they could still get the exact same content that the students that are inside my classroom are receiving. So that is something that now finally I have been able to really work up all the material that I need, that I really kind of have a standalone course. And I am again teaching pre-calculus this upcoming year, but I wanted to invite some students that are taking pre-calculus this year that are not inside my classroom to join me and help me out with this. I don't even know what to say. I am greatly appreciative of that. Is absolutely amazing. Wow. Thank you so much for your kind contribution or super chat. I am like blown away, because this is nothing that I could really I don't even know. Thank you so much, because this is, a lot what I do, with the math videos and, creating content, since I've been doing this since 2010, has, really always been for me that struggling student. And I really do appreciate you guys, letting me know of the impact that, my math videos have made for you. And especially some of my older content, these videos that, I've made throughout the years that, I just made a video and um, just made a video and you never know what's going to happen with it. So thank you so much for that. Cause I don't know how I can repay, but I will say I can repay you because the way that not physically repay you like for that thing, but the way that I see that, your act of generosity and your faith, because the way that I treat any kind of super chats that I receive from you guys is really a act of faith of like getting behind me and supporting me to continue making content. And that is also something that a lot of you guys that are joined on my, memberships are doing as well. And, every single time I get that super chat or I get, different members, that also just gives me a little bit more motivation to keep on going. I mean, I've been doing this for 10 years, this teaching online stuff. And yeah, it does get a little redundant, and it is something that I do know there's a lot of good and I'm doing a lot of help for you guys, but it is something that I want to continue growing and I want to continue making an impact on students with their math education, because that's really what I'm about, is the math education. And so, having you guys, your support, with the super chat, with being a member on my YouTube channel. Obviously I share stuff on the YouTube memberships every single week. You guys are, for those of you members, you guys are getting something depending on your range. But yeah, that is that investment in me that I cannot thank you guys so much for that. And as well as for you guys on your super chats. I mean, it's just, makes me very, very proud for, that I have been able to impact a lot of you guys, that you, that you feel appreciative for a lot of the work that I've been able to do. And also that I've been able to help you out, all over the world. It doesn't, beyond Jacksonville, Florida, that you guys have been able to impact or been helped, even if it's just some math problems, throughout the year as you're just kind of doing some math and checking out. Well, hello, Miss Schrader. Yes, you need a McLogan shirt. I got to go and recreate my McLogan shirts as well. So that was actually one thing I've been looking into doing, was creating my merch. And I don't know why I keep on getting sidetracked with all of my merch stuff. But yeah, there's definitely something. I always just like to have fun with the merch. And obviously, I'm even wearing one of my shirts right now too. But like, they're actually really, really comfortable. I don't really like a lot of my designs, and that's one thing I am working to fix with some of my designs. But but they actually are really, really comfortable shirts. I actually own probably like 4 or 5. I just bought just to kind of have, and they're really, really nice shirts. But that is one thing I'm actually looking into. Starting in July, I will be kind of updating my merch store in Teespring to check in with you guys. So. But yes, anyways, thank you so much, guys, for all of your support throughout the year. And again, I'm looking excited to getting ready for pre-calculus. So these extra trainings in July are going to be the 6th, 13th, 20th, and 27th. They're just going to be an extra live stream. I will mention them. I'm still going to be doing my open Q&A and covering certain topics, with you guys every Sunday. So, next week is actually a special one. So I'll kind of hold that off for you guys. But besides that, all these Mondays these are going to kind of be specialized trainings. And even if you are not going into pre-calculus, maybe you are taking calculus or college algebra or algebra 2, all of the content that I'm sharing is really kind of universal for a majority of students. I mean, yes, there might be some stuff that maybe is a little bit more stressed for pre-calculus students, but overall, guys, it is definitely going to be just some common techniques and processes that you should all know. But I am teaching with the pre-calculus student in mind. And the way that I'm teaching off of that is based off of my workbook. So I kind of, every year I give my students a summer assignment. And actually this year, I don't have any communication. I don't even know who's in my class. And it's all crazy because, typically at the end of the year, we always communicate with the other teachers to let them know, like, hey, all right, if your students are going into pre-calculus, like, here is my workbook, summer packet, you can kind of cover that. Well, we literally just like ended the year. And so I didn't even think about communicating what I wanted my students to know that aren't going to be entering pre-calculus. So if you are interested in that workbook, I did provide a link and I'll put that in the chat. I think it is in my description of this video as well. I think I did do it. Let me just check. Yes, it is in there as well. And if you have any issues with that link, just always shoot me an email at brian@freemathvideos.com. But anyways, that workbook, you guys can go ahead and download and go ahead and get working on it. And then for the next 4 weeks, I'll be doing a training, basically just an extra live stream training and just kind of covering some of the general topics that I want students to know before pre-calculus. And then that really kind of builds up into August 3rd. I believe I'm going back to school on the 10th. But August 3rd is actually when I will be opening up the doors for anybody that wants to join my class this year, because we are kind of doing a hybrid class. So the last couple of years, I've really been working on creating all my content online. And this last year, my students literally were taking my course online. They showed up to class, right? And I still taught, but everything that I was teaching was available to them online. So if they missed the class or anything else, they just knew exactly where to get it. So they had the portion version of the class, obviously for that communication. And again, I would never take that away. But obviously the way that the world is at this moment, I'm so happy that my students were familiar with the online version of my class. They knew where to get the homework. They knew how to get the reviews, the lessons, and everything like that, because we really didn't miss a beat, once COVID came along. I mean, it was a lot more work. I had to still keep up on stuff, and it was a lot more work keeping on track with students. You don't have that interaction that you do inside the classroom. But I have the ability, though, to take on some extra students. And that's what I wanted to just kind of let you guys know of that opportunity for those of you that are interested in looking into pre-calculus. But now that I am done with my little thing, let's get on to, Melinda. I took Calc BC my senior year and I got an A both semester. This is a rough. Very good, Melinda. Yes, that is BC. I've only taught Calc AB, and that is still always just a lot. And but kudos to you definitely for taking the BC. I'm sure I didn't assign an AP Stat summer assignment. No way to distribute. Yeah, I know. It's just kind of weird doing the summer assignments. I kind of felt bad, but I mean, the same regard, like on my live stream last week, I kind of talked about, I really treat, if you guys look at the summer assignment, it's a big summer assignment that I give the students. But that's why I'm doing the training. Like, in my opinion, you got to have the summer. You got to enjoy the summer. Like, this is what I talked about last week on the live stream. Enjoy the summer. Go, do your vacations and everything else, and forget about school. Forget about how the year ended, and what classes you're taking this year. On one hand, do that. On the other hand, also realize that, there's going to be things that you're going to want to remember, prepare for, and practice into your upcoming year. And I know that, a lot of especially if you're taking AP courses, or if you're taking honors courses or IB courses, or, whatever your advanced courses may be, make sure that you're not just totally forgetting everything. And that's really what I have designed for my summer packet. It's nothing crazy. It's stuff that as you're entering pre-calculus, you should know. And if you forgot it, that's cool. But it should only take about maybe an hour a week. And I don't think for the summertime that is going to be asking too much. And actually, to be honest with you, if you know what you're doing, it should probably take you like 15 minutes. But, for those of you that maybe forgot, maybe you need to check in on my live stream, maybe you might have to do an hour. But I'm not planning the live stream to be taking too long. And because I'm just want to get right into business. I'm not doing the Q&A. I'm not going to do a little chatter. We're just going to get right into the training, and then you guys can go ahead and download the workbook. So if you are interested in that workbook, guys, it is free. Just go ahead and go to that link, and you guys can go ahead and download it. Johnny Sins. Yeah, I know. I get a lot for Johnny Sins. I know. I go with this. So I'm taking AP Calculus BC for freshmen. Anything I should do to get ready? Um, I mean, you're just if you're taking it anytime you're taking the course as an advanced method, I would just highly recommend the getting a lot of your practice and um, there's a lot of those everything that you went through from I'm not sure if you already took the AB portion or if you took pre-calculus or algebra 2, but typically where students struggle in pre-calculus and calculus is the algebra. So and again a lot of the AP on a lot of the AP is just going to require that a lot of that the basics that you can be able to do very, very seamlessly. So I would just make sure that you feel comfortable with a lot of that material, that you can consistently be able to work through it. But then again, I mean, there's only so much you can prepare for the AP classes. Make sure that you have those foundational knowledge that you're good with, and then from there, just make sure you're ready to put in the work. Big brain, everybody in my class is so mature. Well, I apologize for that. Where can we practice? Well, the practice is actually in a download. It's actually, so it actually is in an email. I send you the workbook in the email. It doesn't have a download link. So it is something that you actually have to go ahead and put in your name and email. And then actually I send it because it's a PDF link in from Google or it's a Google Doc that I have. So I send it to you in an email for you to print out. Will you teach Olympiad? I do not know what to teach on Olympiad. Will you teach? Wait, what grade are you supposed to learn pre-calculus? Good question. You know what? I teach students in pre-calculus from 10th grade, 11th grade, as well as 12th grade. When I was in high school, I took pre-calculus in 12th grade. I also took it in college. So, I don't know. I mean, it really kind of depends. I think it really depends on what you're planning on doing or what you want to be doing. And obviously, if you're going into a very heavy math field and you have a strong math foundation, then the earlier is perfectly fine. But typically, students, if they are struggling, at all, or maybe math doesn't come excellent to them, like myself in high school, then, taking it a little bit later, like 11th or 12th grade is perfectly fine and perfectly normal. Or it's even this amazing thing. You don't even have to take pre-calculus in high school. Maybe you don't even take it until you're in college. There's nothing wrong with that. There's no rush in mathematics. There's no race. So, you take math, you take the course when you are ready and prepared for it. I cannot stress that enough. What grade? Yeah, I mean, it's the same thing, guys. I mean, you can learn about slope in 3rd grade if you needed to, right? I mean, you can learn in 8th grade, 7th grade. It all is kind of depend. Well, awesome, Tam. I'm very happy to be able to help you out. So then I can find the link in Google. Well, you may be able to. I don't know if it's how that link is going, but you can send me a go ahead and register on the website, and it's definitely will be sent over to you. ACC pre-calc. I am not familiar with that, XO. Melinda, actually, I believe Eddie, Mr. Wu has a cool fact. Either Mr. Wu or Black Pen, Red Pen, he has a video on 0 factorial equals 1. So it's either Mr. Wu or Black Pen, Red Pen has a really good video on 0 factorial equals 1. So I would say check those two out because they will give you hopefully some entertainment as well as some explanation for that. Yeah, let me go ahead and copy paste this the link from my chat for you guys. For those of you that are interested, and again, guys, it's completely free. I mean, it's just a link. It's just really the way that I work in my class. So even though this is it's a summer assignment, but really the way that I give it to my students is that before every chapter, I give this to the students, like their section. And therefore, it's really just the types of problems that I want the students to know before we enter the chapter. So everything that is in that has been vetted. I mean, I have changed this summer packet probably 5 times. Every year, I'm always updating it and improving it and changing the problems, swapping them in and out. And then finally this year, I'm like, I'm done. I'm not going to change this anymore. I'm just going to start giving this out now to people that are interested in taking pre-calculus. And obviously you might be taking your pre-calculus course might involve some different content. Like when I took pre-calculus, it's not the same way that I teach it now. When I first started to teach pre-calculus, I didn't teach everything that I teach now. But I think in general, you'll see that there's a lot of problems that are going to set you up for success. And that is the purpose of the summer assignment, is to really to remind you and to build that foundation. So therefore, when you start pre-calculus, you'll have that good foundation. And yes, you should make videos in Calc 1, Calc 2. I know I gotta go. The only problem with the calculus videos, or at least just making other content, is it's just really helpful when I'm actually teaching the content inside the class, because then I'm much more engaged. And the last 2 years, I've only been teaching pre-calculus, and it's kind of taken me away from teaching a lot of those calculus topics. So I have literally a bin full of calculus material from when I taught calculus. And I really want to get back into that stuff, because obviously calculus was, something that was very exciting, like to teach, very, very engaging inside the class. And also it was great to like make new content and videos on. And unfortunately, it's just not a course that I've been teaching. So I'm trying to find the time now to add in some extra material from there. So we'll do it. And yeah, I know, guys. I mean, it's like I could just keep on going down the line, right? I mean, 6th grade, 7th grade math, 8th grade math, algebra 1, algebra 2, but yeah, I mean, basically in my school, I have taught everything from algebra 1 to calculus, except for BC. I didn't calculate any BC topics. But I mean, there's nothing that crazy there. And then stats. I haven't taught any more in the stats. So, all right. Okay, so I received the link now. Thanks. You are absolutely welcome. Very good. There are 11 grades. Interesting for this. You're very welcome. All right, guys. Well, let me just kind of go over the only question I have. If you guys do have any questions, if any of you guys are in a math class and you're just wanting me to cover anything that you're going over, I'll be more than happy to. And then otherwise, I'm just going to kind of cover this one question that I received. Again, guys, just a FYI, if you guys do have questions when you guys do have questions, you guys can always go into my, I always go to my community post, which I posted yesterday, and I go ahead and post this link that you guys can go ahead and go to the Google form and then submit your questions. So every time before I go live, I always go to this Google form first, and these are the questions that I pull first. And then whatever questions I do not get to, I ask students to go ahead and go to the Discord, which I have will continue to be using. And I actually meant to kind of get to any of those questions that I didn't get to. Sorry, I meant to get to some of those questions, but I kind of ran out a little bit of time, and that's why I was a little bit late. So I do apologize for that. But obviously, guys, if I don't get to your questions, or if you do have additional questions, in the Discord, people are helping other people. And my goal is to create a little bit more of an organization where you guys can help each other out and also keep things nice between one another, and also get some math help from there. So hopefully you guys can take advantage of the questions, even though I know many of you guys are not in a particular math class right now, but that's cool. You guys are hanging out with me on this Sunday and no school, which I guess is maybe like a good feeling, right? I mean, it's a Sunday evening, and many of you don't have school for the next day, so that's good. All right. Anyways, let me go through these questions for you guys, and then I will kind of hop back into the chat. Now, getting into the calculus again, I don't have my explanations finely tuned back from there, but the student did ask just to go over instantaneous rate of change, average rate of change, and relative rate of change. So without going into too much detail and spending like 30 minutes explaining everything and going back to remind them, I just wanted to kind of just do a quick little overview of the three and then how they kind of relate to each other. So first of all, the instantaneous rate of change is, the way I like to think about this is instant, right? So here, if you have a curve, it's going to be that rate of change or that slope at a given point. So at a instant. So here's A, right? And this notation is f prime of A. So at A, like what is that slope? What is the rate of change? What is the slope at that instant, right? And you can see that this graph is going up, right? The slopes of this curve is increasing. But at A, it has a particular slope, and whatever that particular slope is at A is going to be our instantaneous rate of change. Now, average rate of change would be like, well, we have a slope at A, and then we have a slope at B. So if we were going to look at, well, what is going to be this average rate of change from A to B? And basically all we need to do from there is just find the values, the outputs of f of B minus f of A divided by our B minus A, our inputs. So that is just going to be your average rate of change. And that is going to be what we call our secant line, where this, our instantaneous rate of change, is called our tangent line. And then last but not least, and again, you can think of the average rate of change. Think of average, right? You're finding the average. And, for those of you that going into like probability, it's the sum of the values divided by the number of values. Like you're looking for that rate of change over the change, that average value. I don't think I stumbled my words on that one, not too well. But either way, just think of the average in that thing, the average instantaneous rates between those A and B, right? That secant line. And then the relative rate of change is going to be relate. Think of it as like a relationship. You can also think of it as a ratio or a percentage. So typically a lot of times you can think of, I think it's easier to kind of think of this as a percentage. And again, we talked about that instantaneous rate of change is that slope at a given instance. So the relative rate of change is basically going to be the derivative of the function over the function. And that can be at a given value, and then you can see that value is going to be a percentage. So you can see that relationship, that relate, that ratio between the derivative of the function and the function. But I don't have a great graph to go ahead and represent that because I was trying to think about how these were all connected. And I was like, my explanation was not on point from there, but hopefully at least this kind of gives you a good at least start into the differences between these three. But yeah, that kind of comes into, I wish I was still teaching this actively because I probably would have maybe even explained that a little bit differently than how I just did right there. But hopefully at least that kind of helped. Jackson says, I haven't seen Jackson. Hey man, I've been watching your videos for the past few weeks. You're an incredible teacher and I love the way you teach. Were there any books that you read modeling your teaching style? Well, thank you, Jackson, for the very nice comment. And I do not have any videos that I have modeled my teaching after. I'm just trying to still thinking of the but no, I mean, I think really, every year I always give my students surveys to tell me what I can do to do better inside of the classroom. And, I also ask students a lot of times when I maybe I'll have an issue with a student inside class, so like we'll stay after and I'll always have a personal conversation with them. And I really think as far as the role of the teacher is just to always be improving, right? I mean, we always want people, no matter what their profession is, to always want to be a better version of themselves every single year and every single day. And so by no means am I perfect. By no means is my teaching perfect. But, I'm always looking at how can I, do better every single year. And obviously there's a lot of things that I feel really good about that I just continue doing year after year. And then there's a lot of things that I just keep on changing. I mean, I can't even tell you how many times I've created something, thought it was amazing, and then I just totally stopped doing it the next year, But I really think as far as teaching goes, it really kind of comes down to relationships with the students. And that's what's kind of been the most difficult with the online teaching is, being able to continue to cultivate those relationships because the content, guys, is available, right? For those of you that are, looking into my pre-calculus course, like I have all of my content online. I mean, literally, guys, I have 10,000 videos online. I mean, yes, it'd be very difficult, I would say, to take pre-calculus from my videos because they're not in order. They're not in a logical format. And that's obviously what my course provides is like, watch this video and then watch that video and then do these practice problems, take this quiz. Like it follows that learning pathway, but content is out there, right? I mean, even if you don't want to learn pre-calculus from me or from anybody else, like it's out there. But I think the benefit is, or the hard thing with the online teaching and something that I'm still trying to improve upon is building that connections. That's one of the reasons why I do these live streams is just because I want to, so many people are familiar with my videos, like they feel like I'm a teacher inside their classroom. But, I just like to kind of do something different for the live streams to kind of talk to you guys, get to know you a little bit better and let you guys know me from a, from a teacher kind of point of view. So hopefully that kind of helps. I was kind of a little roundup answer from there. But Godwin says, no, I don't do any ACT or SAT. Sorry about that. From in there. Definitely pre-calc videos help me with very much. Awesome. I'm so happy. Yes, I have a lot of pre-calculus, a lot of algebra 2, and I do have a lot of calculus and geometry videos. It's just I haven't updated a lot of that stuff in a while. So it's definitely been there from there. All right. But yeah, somebody's asking for on the Discord server, and I do apologize for that, guys. I do like to, let me go and see if I can get that for you. Because I typically always will redo my, what was I going to say? I will redo my, my description. So therefore I can use the same one. And, but I think for some reason I was using Restream to go ahead and go over to Facebook, and because I was trying to do some things as far as like scheduling, and Restream had that ability, but I think I'm actually going to go with a different kind of strategy from there. So on how I want to integrate with my kind of Facebook content. So I don't really think the long form is really conducive on the Facebook. I don't really like, I love long form on YouTube because I can watch it at double speed. I hate long form content on Facebook because I can't speed it up. I have to watch it like regular. So if it's like 5 minutes or 6 minutes, like good, golden, I'll maybe watch a video or two. On YouTube, like I'll watch something that's maybe 15, 30 minutes because I'll just put it on double speed so I can like follow along. So, so I think now that kind of Facebook has gotten a little bit more in the game, and the same thing, like even on like TikTok or Instagram, like, it gets shorter and shorter. Like where I used to be YouTube, like most of my videos are very short, right? And that's the way that I created that content because I have that short attention span. I just want to teach something, get in, get out. But I think YouTube for me, and I think for other students too, has really kind of turned a little bit more longer form content, or at least people are more familiar with it being a longer form content. Like for now, this live stream, I'm going on like 40 minutes, like, I don't know. Whereas now you have different platforms where you have those shorter videos is what people want and what they expect, right? They just want the information, a quick video, and then they scroll to the next thing. Whereas YouTube, I think it's not so much of scrolling to get to the next thing. You're being entertained a little bit more. And so you're kind of looking for something to watch a little bit longer in a setting. So that's why I'm kind of changing my format a little bit. And you guys will be seeing that coming up in my channel. Just a little bit more of longer form videos. I will still be making videos inside the classroom, but probably not posting them as much on YouTube. I will probably be distributing them, like I said, onto different avenues to kind of test that out as well. All right, well, you guys are helping each other out with some good fun, so that is good to see. So anyways, let me just remind you, for those of you that maybe joined in a little bit late, But just a reminder, if any of you guys are taking pre-calculus or just maybe need a little bit more review for this upcoming year, I really kind of thought about this from students that, a lot of people, our year got cut short, right? They basically haven't been inside of a school setting for, since March, which is like crazy to kind of think about that. So I know some people, I had a lot of my students, they were doing the work, they were studying, they were practicing. But I also had no students that literally just signed off. Once we went digital and distance learning, they were done. So some people have taken the content from distance learning. Some people have a lot to catch up on. So the next 4 weeks on Monday, July 6th, 13th, 20th, and 27th, I will be going live to help students prepare for pre-calculus. So these are going to be lessons that I have created and designed to help those students going into pre-calculus. It's not restricted though to pre-calculus. Like I said, if you're taking really any kind of math course in the high school or college realm that's at least under calculus or under, I would say it would be beneficial to you. Obviously, it's not going to be specialized in like upper level mathematics, but really calculus and under is going to be a good review for you entering into the school year. But I also have a workbook that I do have attached. It's on this link. I also do have it in the description of this live stream that you guys can go ahead and take a look at. It is completely free. And go ahead and I will send you an email with the links you can download. You can work on it. And then the answers, solutions are provided. I already worked them out for you guys. So all you really need to do is work it out yourself, kind of see how you're prepared. And then join me for the next 4 weeks as far as the live streams. I'll still be doing the Q&A on the Sunday nights. I'm not going to gate those away. But these will be live streams that I'll be doing on Monday to help you guys get up and prepared for this upcoming year. And then on August 3rd, I have turned my course, I've turned my pre-calculus course available to students outside of my classroom online, because we will be going back to the classroom, but we'll also be doing a lot of digital. And this last 2 years, I've really been working on creating, literally all my work, all of my notes, all of my lessons, all of my homework, all of my quizzes, all of my tests. Everything that I've created is available to my students online. And I've created in the framework that I can invite students that want to participate in that course to come along and join with me. So if that is something interested, just to let you guys know, that will be coming up August 3rd. If you want to get some work done ahead of time, guys, you can go ahead and download that cheat sheet. That is awesome, Lou. I hope that is beneficial for you. I have a 100% streak. I love it. Good for you. And Nathaniel, I am absolutely no help in statistics. I do apologize for you on that, but I have a couple of videos, but my explanations are not anything special. So I do apologize for that for you. Nasinia, good to see you, online teacher. Well, that is very awesome. I am so happy to help you out. And thank you so much, guys, for joining me in this live stream. But I am going to be signing off now. I will be back online. I'm back online. I will be going live again next Sunday, and then also look forward to covering with you guys my special live stream. All right, guys. Until then, I am signing off. Have a great night. Cheers. Oh, there we go.